Hi and welcome. My name is Brendan Barton, and if this is the first time you're visiting me, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy what you see in this channel. I get a lot of clients coming in asking me about exfoliation to recommend what's best for them. So today I'm going to clarify the differences between some of the most popular ones they ask about that you may have heard of as well, particularly glycolic acid, lactic acid, and salicylic acid. The good, the bad, and the best way to use them for your best results. Let's start with salicylic acid, since it's the only one of the three that's a member of the BHA or beta hydroxy acid family. Salicylic acid is a naturally occurring BHA derived from willow bark, and it's the same place we get aspirin. It's both highly keratolytic, which means it has the ability to dissolve dead skin cells on the surface. Because it is oil soluble, it is also highly comedolatic, which means it has the ability to penetrate deep into the pore and loosen debris and sebum, which in turn, with regular use, helps to prevent new blackheads and acne from forming. It can also have anti-inflammatory benefits. Besides the obvious reason of having less inflammation, it's helpful because inflammation can trigger hyperpigmentation, so as an acid that can help lighten dark spots. Now, the biggest difference between the hydroxy acid families, the beta and alpha hydroxy acids, or AHAs, are their lipid or oil solubility. Alpha hydroxy acids are water soluble, whereas the beta hydroxy acids, like we just discussed, are oil soluble. So BHAs are considered more effective for oilier skin types. The two most popular members of the alpha hydroxy acid or AHA family are glycolic acid and lactic acid. They both work to weaken and dissolve the glue that makes the dead skin cells stick together so fresher skin can be revealed. Many consider glycolic acid to be the best performing because the smaller molecular size that allows it to penetrate the skin on a deeper level and faster as well. However, it can make the skin temporarily thin. It is more irritating than other AHAs and is sometimes not tolerated well by sensitive skin types. While naturally sourced glycolic acid comes from sugar canes, naturally occurring lactic acids are derived from a variety of sources, but most commonly sour milk. Now, I bet some of you may have heard that Cleopatra is believed to have bathed in lactic acid or milk as a part of her beauty ritual. Now, like I said a little bit earlier, lactic acid works similar to glycolic acid in that it loosens the dead skin on the surface so new, fresher, smoother, brighter skin can come forward. The difference between glycolic and lactic acid that you may find most useful is that lactic acid is a natural humectant, and because of this, it is able to help pull moisture from the air and hold it in the skin. And those with sensitive, drier, or darker skin are more able to tolerate it, but they still get similar results. Glycolic acid at higher concentrations, usually professional strength, can function beyond the surface to the epidermal layers to provide additional results such as stimulating collagen production, promoting pigment lightening, and melanin suppression as well. With that said, I do not suggest you going out there and automatically getting the highest concentration acids available. And I think that's part of the problem with the industry today, and I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so when it comes to higher concentrations of acids, definitely consult with skin therapists and dermatologists to see if you even need it and if it's best for you. Usually over-the-counter AHAs are considered effective at concentrations of 8 to 10%, whereas BHA is considered effective at 1 to 2% level. So to sum it up, who should use what out of the three acids we're talking about? I would recommend salicylic acid for oilier and more congested skin types, lactic acid for drier, more sensitive skin types, and glycolic acid if you have more sun-damaged skin, whereas you see more lines or more pigmentation issues, it might be your fastest route, but let's learn how to use it properly. Okay, so now that you know about the alpha and beta hydroxy acids, what is the right way to go about using it properly where you will get the best results? Well, number one, if you are concerned about any sensitivity at all, please do a patch test over on your arm or on your forehead just to see if you react and everything's okay. Please start out slow. I know some people think more is more, so they want to exfoliate every day, every chance they get, but research continues to show that when the skin is exfoliated daily, the inflammation created, even if you don't see it with the visible eye, even if your skin looks better, smoother. You know, a lot of people on the blogs out there, they're using acids and oh, my skin's never looked better and it's recommended for nightly, so they keep using it. But research shows that daily exfoliation will accelerate the aging process and the look of the skin. So please keep that in mind. More is not more when it comes to acids, and only use it at nighttime. Which brings me to my next recommendation is please always, no exception, use broad spectrum sunscreen every single day. Even if it's cloudy, rainy, you're inside all day or whatnot, it still comes through the window. Your skin is a lot more susceptible to environmental and sun damage when you are using acids. And please apply a liberal amount. We may think we're putting on a nice even layer, but microscopically, some formulas don't cover your skin evenly all the way through and still allow some UV environmental radiation to come through to damage your skin. So find a formula where you can apply it liberally and it'll still look good cosmetically for you. Speaking of which, the sunscreen that is in makeup is not enough because of the ratio of the color, other ingredients, and the sunscreen component. So please use sunscreen separately. If you find yourself very irritated, stop use. Don't wait for your skin to get adjusted to it. Don't wait to get used to it, because there's a difference between tingling when you use it. You know, it's normal for a lot of people to experience tingling when you use acids, but when it's burning, when your skin starts to peel a lot, when it's blistering, listen to your skin, that's not okay. That's not something you need to get used to. And please see a doctor if you're very concerned. If you are pregnant, please speak to your healthcare provider before incorporating acids into your routine. Some acids, especially salicylic acid, can be harmful to you. So when in doubt, it's always safe to ask. But listen to your skin. Don't listen to the blogs. Just because it has a lot of good reviews doesn't mean, you know, people are talking about it are experts. Okay, you know yourself best. Some of the side effects can include, we kind of talked about this, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and when your skin is inflamed, there's a lot of free radicals running around, so that can increase the look of aging on the skin. So not to scare you, but there's a lot of research out there that is shedding a negative light on acids. You know, despite all the benefits, there are some negatives, including what we just talked about. European and US scientists are finding that the chemicals, despite being derived from natural sources, they are still chemicals. They may actually cause long-term damage to the skin. Some doctors say that improper use, too frequent of use, especially by those with sensitive skin, is where you see a lot of the damage. And they suggest that the use of AHAs, especially stronger ones, be administered by skincare professionals. Research from the University of Pennsylvania showed that prolonged use of alpha hydroxy acids worsens signs of aging over time. In fact, the study showed that when application of the alpha hydroxy acid stopped, the wrinkles actually appeared deeper in the skin that was irritated during treatment. Well, all of this was not meant to scare you from using acids entirely. There are benefits to it, several benefits to it, but skincare, like anything else, it's always good to keep up to date with research, because whatever is out there right now should not be considered cold, hard facts, and always keep updated. And this is why I may not recommend, when you consult with me, I may not recommend the same thing I recommended to you to use 6 months ago, just because there's always new things coming out. I'm always doing research. Your skin may have changed. This goes on along the lines with listening to your skin. I always feel that knowledge is power, and all of this will help you to use products more properly, and instead of believing the hype, all the blogs and rave reviews, and just basically take knowledge as your power when you're making your decisions. So now I'm going to talk about some of the products out there with these acids that are quite a bit popular with influencers. The first one is the Drunk Elephant T.L.C. Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. I don't recommend it nightly. And it's a gel-like formula, goes on the skin, makes the skin feel really smooth. And I have to be honest, I'm not a big fan of it. Despite the raves out there, they are actually a little bit over the top, but they're influencers for a reason. I tried using it, and the first night it was great. My skin looked great, glowing, smooth. The next time I use it, and this is every week, once a week, and I didn't use any other exfoliating products. The more I used it, my skin got red blotches. I did try stopping and then came back to it, and the same results happened. So it's not my favorite, to say the least. And the thing with Drunk Elephant is they also came out with a type of weekly exfoliating product in addition to this. It just seems like overkill. I don't encourage clients with this more. It's more philosophy, oh, this acid line is so popular, why don't we do another one with this high concentration? And it's tricking the consumers into thinking that, oh, higher concentration is good. And that was a really big seller in one of the chain stores, and people are randomly getting it not knowing what it will do long term to the skin. So just be careful. So on to the next is the Sunday Riley Good Genes Serum. It's more gentle than the it doesn't have glycolic acid in it. It is more a lotion type formula. I did have better luck with this than the Drunk Elephant. It did make my skin tingle, but there seemed to be a little bit more of a luminous hydrated effect. But I still don't use this every night. I do have psoriasis, which don't need to use too much exfoliation. It tends to make it worse. So, I listen to my skin and use it as needed. If you are sensitive, even though it's lactic acid, you may feel a pretty strong tingling as well. So what I would say, if you want to use it, if you are seeing results but sensitive, leave it on for 15 minutes or so, and then you can rinse it off and you can still get some of the effects. Very sensitive, you might want to avoid AHAs and BHAs altogether and look for fruit enzymes. And in my experiences with clients, they see really good results, my sensitive skin clients, without having to resort to acids. So I hope you found this video helpful. I know it's a little bit long, but there's a lot of information. I actually had to cut out a lot of information because I love talking about skin. I love helping people with their skincare because I've gone through a lot with my own skin with acne and psoriasis. So I'm trying to balance everything out. I do a lot of research and work with a lot of clients, so I hope to be of help to you. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me. It's on my website at houseofvartan.com. You can direct message me on my Instagram at houseofvartan or my personal Instagram at brendanvartan. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, to helping you out. If you have any questions, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Bye.